There's too much vanity. There's too much lust for more. There's too much lust for this illusory physical. The perfection does not exist. The perfection does not exist in the physical. So that's why the vanity exists. That's why it's like Darius, you're saying chase perfection. I'm not looking to chase a physical perfection because that's always fleeting. It's an illusion, right? Like women especially, we have this like these unrealistic beauty standards that we're putting on like our little girls, and they grow up and they think they have to be so beautiful. They're comparing themselves to Teen Magazine and all these things and all these models. Some starve themselves, you know, like with anorexia and bulimia and all these things. And it happens with guys too, but it's way more prevalent with women. And guys go on the other deep end where they gotta be super buffed out and shit, you know what I mean? And then it's like, am I too big? How many steroids do I need to take? And you know, like I gotta get too big and stuff. And that's all vanity, man. When you stop giving a fuck about what anybody thinks about you, then you're just okay with yourself. I'm never gonna be the most good looking person. I'm never gonna be the ugliest person. I'm just me. And I'm okay with that. And if I'm meant to find my partner, she's going to love me for who I am. She's not going to be only attracted to some physical aspect of me. She's going to see the light that shines through me and makes me naturally more attractive. You guys are going to sit here and tell me that I'm ugly? Yeah, okay, maybe physically you guys don't find me super attractive, but you can't tell me that the essence of who I am isn't attractive, that I'm not charismatic and magnetic. Darius, you're full of yourself. You're arrogant right now. No, it's just a confidence. It's like, I know I'm a fun guy to be around. We can, dude, me and you, bro, or gal, or dudette, we can shoot the shit. You're my buddies. Let's have fun. Let's laugh at ourselves, man. Let's go have a drink and just fucking shoot the shit. What was your life like? Oh, this is what my life was like. Wow, amazing. And I respect the fuck out of you because you're perfect. Let's have fun. Like so much torturous stuff. Doing jobs that we hate, living experiences that we hate. For what? For what? Before I started this channel, 2 years before it, 3 years before it, I was like deeply looking for inspiration, man. I was lost. And I wasn't like, I was on the path, right? Obviously. But I was working this job, right? I was working at Kaiser Permanente as a customer service person on the phone, you know? And like, it was good for me because like I could naturally just do it. I was like, you know, proficient at it. And then it started eating away at my soul, having to like do stuff that I really didn't like doing, you know, and interacting with negative people constantly and all of this stuff. And you know what? I'm like, you know what? This ain't for me. And at the time I didn't have a lot of money. I had like a few $1,000s saved up or whatever. So by the grace, I didn't have a car, I didn't have anything, guys. I was living in San Diego in a studio apartment, and like I didn't have a lot. And I'm like, you know what? Like I can't do this anymore. And I trusted, and so when I say like quit your job, I did that myself, and I followed the signs, and it led me here. I didn't have a lot. I got a loan out, and I had money. I got a loan for a car, right? I had money saved up and stuff, and I was paying all of these things, but I was like using the loan to pay my stuff, right? And I got into credit card debt and all kinds of stuff. And I had to trust God that all of this debt is eventually going to be paid off, that my abundance is going to come. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's like, and it's coming. I have money to pay things now. It's like you have no clue how magical the last 2 years has been for me. I went on this road trip from San Diego up through Seattle, all the way across America, ended up in Maine, all the way in Lubec, Maine, where like the lighthouse is. And I went down the coast, the eastern coast, because I had never been super far east. I went up through Florida, and then, you know, like down to Florida, and then up across to New Orleans, back to Nashville, and then I came back, you know, west. And that whole thing was a purging. I called it the road trip of redemption, man. Like Darius's redemption tour. He's finding his truest self again. And I'm like, am I going to wake up, God? Am I going to wake up? Because the awakening was around the corner, and every day I don't have a lot to do. I'm not working. So I'm just traveling around, and I am sitting in hours every day in meditation, guys. And I'm accelerating the fuck out of my own personal growth. And finally, I've cleansed everything, and the awakening just comes forward. The final awakening. June 29th. that I wake up back to the same place that I had awakened to before, but this time when the fear comes in, I don't lose myself to it. That's the difference. That's the difference, guys. Is that each time you awaken, the reason that you fall back into it is because you buy back into the illusion of the fear. And now that the final awakening has come, the fear doesn't bother you anymore. It's there, but it doesn't take hold of you anymore. You see through it very easily. Like I say, once you see the truth, you cannot unsee it. And so then it's like, okay, well, because I had this problem with starting a YouTube channel without being at that place. I would be a hypocrite if I'm giving you advice without the full understanding, the comprehensive knowing. And I don't have a comprehensive all-knowing, but I understand how this layer of reality that we're embedded in this physical, I have a pretty good understanding of that. And I'm confident in that message that I can share it with you, and maybe you'll pick up a few things. That's all I can hope for. So I'm like, okay, well, it's June 29th, and I'm still technically broke. And, you know, I'm running low on money. And I've been living in hotels the whole time, guys, like from last May 1st, when I left my apartment in San Diego, and I went on like this like 8-month, 9-month freaking road trip, right? I come back and it's like, okay, well, now I have to start my channel. And like, am I going to be homeless now? I don't really have a place to go. I don't really have money to like put down for like a down payment on a place, you know, like, or a deposit, and maybe I can live in my car, and like people are doing that nowadays, right? And I've been homeless before many times, and it doesn't really bother me. But luckily enough, my family's like helping me out, and they let me stay with them just temporarily. But it's like I knew that this was going to all work out. I have had faith every step of the way, because it's like, it was such a magnetic, like beautifully played out thing. It's like God brought me all the way here. Why would he let me down at the final step? Do you guys see what I'm saying? I'm not going to fall flat on my face now. And I was wondering about that too. Like the first couple of months I was putting up my videos, I'm like, you're not fucking with me this whole time, are you, God? You're not sending me down this whole trajectory the past couple of years of having the supreme faith and like literally taking the leap of faith in every moment that I'm doing stuff, buying a car that I can't afford, staying in hotels that I probably shouldn't be staying in, going on this like feeling redemption tour, getting in touch with my bliss and my love. You're not going to send me down this whole thing to learn these final lessons, the lesson of humility over the last couple of years that I really had to learn. You're not going to send me down all of that and have me fall flat on my face, and this YouTube channel is not going to work out, are you? And I was wondering about that a couple times. There were a couple of days where I was like, oh man, this shit might not fucking work out, and I might have to go and be homeless like in San Diego again. And that would have been fine. Then maybe like I go and like I find a different way. Maybe I meet a couple different people and we grow something. I don't know how it could have played out, guys. I don't. But it doesn't matter, because it's going to play out however it needs to play out perfectly. So I'm sharing a little bit of my story so that maybe you guys can see that, yeah, it's not so easy to take the leap of faith, but you do have to trust at some point. There's always going to be a time that comes that you can't see the future, man. You can't see what the next potential outcome is going to be. So you can't do anything but let it go. And that's what I did. And guys, it was the most amazing experience of my life. It really was. I got to see and experience and do things that blew my fucking mind. And it's anything that I could have asked for and more. And all of this stuff that keeps playing out in my life, it's anything that I could have asked for and more. Like I said, you can't envision what the fucking next moment has for you, the potential amazingness that lies for you, and that you can't. And that's why there's no point in expecting and assuming and projecting yourself all the time there. You can't. The law of attraction, like all that stuff that you're like vision boarding, your vision board is never going to work out that way, man. It's just not. So just let it go. Tap into your being, your most powerful, creative, authentic being, and you will manifest the miracle that you need. You'll even be surprised. You're like, it's turned out way more amazing. Like way more, it's like this whole alchemical process, man. It's like you're literally transforming yourself into this like most amazing aspect of, it's like you're your best version of yourself, right? Everyone talks about like this self-improvement and stuff, and like we're all trying to improve. No, like Your best version of yourself is always here available to you, but you just have too many layers of crap built on top of you that you can't just like, it's like at the end of the movie The Matrix, where Neo like gets shot, and then Neo, I love you. She kisses him, he wakes up, and then he like dives in. You know, he goes through the whole thing with like Agent Smith, but then he runs and then he dives and like goes into him, and then he's like, "Mrrr," and like Super Saiyan kind of shit, boom, explosion out. All those layers that Agent Smith explodes into, that's what you are. Your gunk, your karmic stuff. And so Neo just goes into him and explodes the karma out, and now he's left with himself, Neo. And he flexes, right? Like the whole walls shake and shit. It's like, whoa, I have that power. You do. You're like, Darius, you're fucking insane. No, you don't. I'm like, yes, you do. That is a perfect representation of what it is. Everything shines that way, man. The Matrix is embedded into the reality. The way Neo sees green and black and green and black and everything, that shine exists in this physical reality. You just can't see it yet. That's how I see. Where I look, I project myself. There is love, a force field of flowing love that flows out of me all the time. It stretches out. My subconscious and my conscious are like tapped in, and like there's a balance there that flows wherever I look and am and feel. It's all connected. I'm embedded in it and it's embedded in me. This is how it is. So what are you saying? I can dodge bullets? He's like, when you're ready, you won't have to. There's no forcing. It just happens. It's like, you guys could put a gun to my head right now. I'm gonna kill you, Darius. Okay. Shoot the bullet at my head. It's like, if I'm meant to die, I'm meant to die. And so the miracle would be, Darius, it's not your time yet, and then you like try to shoot the gun, but the gun doesn't go off. It's kind of like that kind of, I know it's crazy, right? But that's kind of how stuff happens. Or like, you know, in Pulp Fiction, where the guy comes out of the bathroom and he tries to shoot Travolta and freaking, what's his name? But anyway, like the black guy, right? With like the Jerry curls and whatever, like Samuel L. Jackson, right? Fucking amazing actors, both of them. And he's like, dude, Vincent, like that was a miracle, bro. Like I gotta reevaluate my life. I wasn't meant to die. This guy shot like 7 times and none of the bullets hit me, and they all just like, what the fuck just happened? It's amazing life, guys. You can't account for this shit. Stop trying to force it.